in the world headquarters.
Boom!
Hey, Caitlin Clark look all over the place. Now what I want to show you here is Asia Wilson's commercial, and I'm going to play Caitlin Clark's commercial right after that, just to show you the difference between the two. Let's take a look.
Exactly 40 years apart, on December 25th, 1985, Nike dropped Michael Jordan's first Christmas ad, showcasing the iconic Air Jordan worn in Chicago. Fast forward to December 25th, 2024, Nike launches Caitlin Clark's From Anywhere campaign. The timing isn't random, and it isn't subtle. Nike doesn't leave moments like this to chance. But here's the part no one's really noticing. Another Nike athlete also got a commercial this year, and when you see the two side by side, the contrast is shockingly stark.
Commercial, right? All Nike did for that is just take a song everybody knows and just put in new words. No creativity involved at all. They're just going to take a song that everybody knows, patty cake, whatever the fuck song that is, and they're just going to change some words and put Asia Wilson in there, okay? And then we have Caitlin Clark's commercial.
Hey, Caitlin! Can you make it from there?
Let's unpack what you just saw. Aja Wilson's ad takes a nursery rhyme everyone already knows, swaps in her name, and calls it a day. Pat a cake, baker's man. Except now it's Aja Wilson. Done, 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 done. That's literally the entire concept. Now look at Caitlin Clark's commercial. It's a whole production. Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce, Travis Scott, Michael Che from Saturday Night Live, Lisa Bluto, her college coach, and Stephanie White, her current coach, all appear. There are subtle nods to her day team, the Attack, and even the boys basketball team rocking Attack jerseys. It opens in a driveway, the very place where she grew up shooting. One ad clearly had a creative team pouring in effort and ideas. The other feels like they mailed it in on a random Tuesday afternoon.
I live in the development. Imagine being one of the neighbors on this block, and you just turn to your right. Look at that car pulling up. Here we go. Pulling. Like, look at that car pulling up, getting ready to turn into their driveway, and then out of nowhere they see a Nike van here, a Nike van there, commercial crew here, commercial crew there, and then in like your neighbor's house, two houses down in their driveway, you're like, is that Kayla? Well, what's she doing here?
Think about the logistics behind something like this. They shut down an entire residential street, Nike vans, full commercial crews, lighting rigs, and one of the biggest names in women's basketball, Caitlin Clark, filming right in a family's driveway, just 2 houses down from neighbors. You can imagine people peeking out their windows thinking, wait, is that Caitlin Clark? What's going on here? That level of coordination sends a clear message. Nike isn't just rolling out another ad. They're signaling who gets the full Michael Jordan treatment versus who gets the quick, let's finish this before lunch approach.
Hey, Caitlin, how about from here?
Come on, guys.
Yeah, she can't make it from there. No chance.
Caitlin, conmigo, let's. You got it.
I'm not even gonna ask.
Hey, Caitlin, from here might be impressive. Am I right?
Whatever, Che.
From right here.
From there.
From anywhere.
Now, if you can tell that one of these commercials actually took thought, planning, and the other one just took, let's just slap this together because she threw a fit about her shoe not coming out in time. Let's just throw this shit together and push it out there. I don't know what to tell you.
What in the from anywhere? That's the tagline, the marketing hook, the phrase that's already blowing up on TikTok with people trying to recreate it. Can you make it from here, from there, from anywhere? It's catchy, it's simple, and it perfectly highlights what makes Caitlin Clark unique on the court. Now compare that to Aja Wilson's commercial. What's the slogan? The memorable line? The one thing you walk away remembering? There isn't one. It's just Aja playing basketball while a nursery rhyme gets tweaked. No big idea, no concept, no cultural moment being built.
Think Air Jordan this season.
by night.
Now, as you know, the Caitlin Clark commercial aired during the football games on Netflix, aired during the basketball games on ESPN, ABC. The Nike commercial came at the perfect time as far as Christmas release.
This is where timing becomes crucial. Caitlin Clark's commercial dropped on Christmas Day 2024, exactly 40 years after Michael Jordan's first holiday Air Jordan ad back in 1985. That spot featured Jordan rocking the Air Jordan 1 Chicago, while Santa sported the iconic colorway. It kicked off what would go on to become the most legendary signature shoe line in history. Nike is drawing a straight line between Jordan and Clark. It's deliberate, it's bold, and it's no coincidence. They're signaling exactly how much value they see in her. But here's the catch. The ad itself is phenomenal. The buzz is real. The cultural moment is unfolding, yet there's no signature shoe to buy. As we sit here in late December, watching the campaign dominate conversations, the actual Caitlin Clark shoe isn't scheduled to release until late April or early May. That's a 4 to 5 month gap between creating hype and delivering the product. Nike did drop some merchandise alongside the commercial, so they didn't completely miss the mark. But just imagine the revenue left on the table by not having the shoe ready for Christmas.
All the past commercials they've dropped over the last 5 to 10 years, this Caitlin Clark From Anywhere campaign seems to be the most creative that Nike has been throughout that time span. However, something was brought to my attention. 40 years prior, another superstar had a commercial for Christmas Day. 40 years.
Let's break down what real creativity in advertising looks like. Caitlin Clark's commercial isn't just polished, it's conceptually bold in a way Nike hasn't shown in years. For the past 5 to 10 years, most Nike ads followed the same formula. Celebrity athlete does athletic things, inspirational music plays, swoosh appears, fade out. Done. This commercial flips that script. It's funny, it's smart, and the cameos actually make sense. These are people Caitlin knows and has interacted with. Travis and Jason Kelsey hosted her on their podcast. She appeared on Saturday Night Live, which makes Michael Che's cameo meaningful. These aren't random celebrity inserts, they're part of her real story. Now compare that to Wnba Wilson's ad. Take a familiar song, change a few words, and call it creative. That's not innovation, it's what you do when the deadline's tomorrow and the team is already behind schedule. To be clear, this isn't a knock on Wnba as a player. She's a 2-time MVP, a champion, and one of the WNBA's most dominant forces. This is about Nike's creative investment. One athlete got the full treatment, the other got the bare minimum. Why does this matter? Because it reveals how Nike truly values its talent. You can issue all the press releases you want about supporting women's sports, equal investment, and growing the game. But commercials don't lie. Creative effort doesn't lie. Production budgets don't lie. Caitlin Clark's ad took months of planning, scouting the exact driveway where she grew up shooting, coordinating schedules with multiple A-list celebrities, building a concept from scratch that could go viral, and creating a tagline that resonates as a cultural moment. This is the level of investment Nike once gave Michael Jordan, a clear signal that this athlete is meant to define their brand for the next decade. Wnba Wilson's ad, it could have been made in a week. Film some basketball clips, tweak a nursery rhyme, and ship it. That's the kind of commercial you produce to tick a box. We made a commercial for this athlete, but it's not designed to be remembered. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Wnba had every right to be frustrated about her shoe timeline. She's earned her spot, being a 2-time MVP and champion, but Nike didn't respond by giving her the same creative treatment Clark got. Instead, they rushed an ad that feels thrown together just to appease her. Meanwhile, Caitlin's commercial aired on NFL games, NBA games on ESPN and ABC, Christmas Day, max exposure, and tied back to Michael Jordan's 40-year legacy. This wasn't just timing, it was Nike signaling who they believe will drive their business forward. Now think about the wider implications for the WNBA. If Nike openly shows this level of disparity between two of the league's biggest stars, what message does that send to other brands? To other athletes? The answer is clear. Market value dictates creative investment, and creative investment drives cultural impact. The From Anywhere campaign is already trending on TikTok. People are recreating it. The phrase is catching fire. That's the result of investing in a real concept, something that lives beyond the 30-second spot and becomes a cultural moment. Nike isn't a charity. They invest where they expect returns. Caitlin Clark's ad cost more, demanded more coordination, and required more creativity because Nike believes she will sell at a level that justifies it. Aja's ad costs less, took less effort, and delivers less impact. But here's the challenge for Nike. By making this disparity so visible, they've created a narrative problem they can't ignore. You can't really claim to be equally committed to all your WNBA athletes when the commercials look like they came from two completely different companies. You can't talk about growing women's basketball while clearly putting all your resources into one star. The optics are brutal, even if the business reasoning makes sense. So what's next? Caitlin Clark's shoe is set to drop in late April or early May. That's 5 months of built-up demand thanks to this commercial. If Nike handles it right, it could be massive, but they've already left revenue on the table by not having the shoe ready for Christmas, and they've created a side-by-side comparison that will linger over every WNBA Nike ad going forward. The bigger question, does this level of investment pay off? Michael Jordan's first Christmas ad in 1985 launched a 40-year dynasty for Nike. The Air Jordan line now generates over $5 billion annually. By releasing Caitlin Clark's commercial on the same date 40 years later, Nike is drawing a direct parallel. They're betting she's the next generational athlete capable of transforming their business. Only time will tell if that bet succeeds. But one thing is crystal clear: when you place these two commercials side by side, there's no doubt which athlete Nike thinks deserves the full creative treatment, and that gap is going to shape how people view WNBA marketing for years to come. So here's my question: is Nike justified in pouring this much into one athlete while giving another minimal effort? Or should every WNBA star get equal creative investment regardless of projected sales? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This conversation is just heating up, and if you want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe. We're just getting started.